Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Sagittarius July 12, 2022. You can be a little touchy in the first half of the day. People who disagree with you or don't share your values can get to you more than usual. Focus your attention, if you can, on practical matters, which tend to be more soothing and reliable than social ones, just for now. Interesting news or conversations can surround recent research, finances, or intimate relationships. Still, related flaws can emerge, and the need to make edits arises before going forward. As the day advances, the Sun in your intimacy sector moves into harmony with Uranus, and you might discover a new method or idea for making life a little easier. You could uncover a new interest, product, or activity that excites you. This transit encourages you to think outside the box and learn new things. Aim to dig deep, research, and keep an open mind. Today you're likely to be feeling especially passionate and sexy, and desirous of a romantic encounter. You might even have a hot date scheduled. However, don't be surprised if it has to be postponed, for reasons beyond the control of either yourself or your partner. If you can't do otherwise, you might try to sublimate those feelings through creative activities. Romantic novels and movies could also prove a good outlet, though never as good as the real thing. Are you looking for your next idea to invest in? You may feel creatively blocked at the beginning of the square between Mercury in Cancer and Jupiter in Aries. But as you attack your problem of creativity, the square will eventually lessen into inspiration. Your mind will expand with new possibilities as the square leads to various new passion projects to begin investing in. When inspiration strikes, so do power and control. Expect to feel exceptionally empowered by your never-ending creativity that keeps your work alive. Communication is flowing smoothly among you and others today, so take advantage of this and get the word out. It is important for you to make connections with other people at this time. Run with your instincts and feel free to enter a debate contest. Your words and tone of voice are quite convincing. Today, you even have the ability to sell a pair of sunglasses to a blind man. Other people find you irritable and somewhat chaotic. They will definitely be annoyed by your bad moods. Look at yourself in the mirror, find out what's causing your destructive behavior and make an effort to do something about it. Anger cannot be cured with more anger. It's your turn to shine. Someone close to you will give you the props you so richly deserve, and it won't hurt your ego even a little bit. Roll around in it. You feel overwhelmed by events and have to reconsider the situation you're in. Preoccupied with important life decisions, you're not in the best frame of mind to date and realize it's best to postpone any vital meetings until you're feeling more positive, and after you've made some critical decisions about your future. You'll probably be feeling full of zip, with plenty of energy to spare. Feeling energetic and active may not be natural for you, yet you get restless and anxious when forced to sit still for too long. If you feel yourself getting bored, then take advantage of all the extra energy you're feeling today and go do something. Your energy will feed on itself. If you wind up in the middle of friction and chaos today, you might be the voice of reason. You will notice that a more practical and productive approach is strong for you under this day's influence. If it happens that you have a better idea about how to handle something, speak up. Others will surely appreciate your input and will consider trying your suggestions. Don't hold back. Bring out your notions and ideas with total confidence. You may just have the solution. Before leaving Sagittarius today, the moon will clash with Venus, just as the planet of love has moved into her final week in your relationship sector, and the timing couldn't be better. While a clash between the moon and Venus will put a balance between your personal and relationship needs to the test, this is a chance to flush out any issues as she moves into a friendly aspect to Saturn in your communication sector. Before leaving Sagittarius today, the moon will clash with Venus in your relationship sector, and with perfect timing. This is the moon's only visit to your sign while the planet of love is in your relationship sector, and as your personal and relationship needs clash, this can get to the heart of what you want from your relationships. Our eyes in the sky. When you wake up feisty and wanting to do your own thing, you can blame it on the rebellious fixed lunar T-square between ambitious Saturn and Uranus, the planet of shaking things up. There are inevitable challenges during this cosmic three-way that will have you digging into your own opinions and convictions and wanting to stand your ground even further, which can push arguments, altercations, and confrontations to some pretty epic levels. Which is fine if you live alone and don't have to deal with anyone. But if you have to make your way into the world to get along with and listen to people in positions of authority during this controlling planetary energy, there are ways to work with this polarizing square-off. Backing down won't be on your radar, but taking a more logical perspective might help you combat your need to be right about everything. Because even you can admit that isn't realistic, right? A helpful aspect between Lady Luna and optimistic Jupiter brings a lighter energy to the party, putting us all in the mood to show compassion and celebrate one another. Your psychic abilities could be on fire right now as well, making it the ideal time to bust out your pendulum or tarot cards. Just remember to take cleansing breaths if you happen to encounter anyone with less than ideal vibes. In the morning, the Sagittarius moon forms a trine with the Cancer sun, offering a harmonious start to the day. Because our ego and emotions are in sync, we exude confidence in our relationships. Still waters run deep with the moon in penetrative Sagittarius, so although this influence favors socializing, we'll prefer to spend our time with those who we know well and trust. We're unafraid of going into taboo territory, eager to understand what makes others tick. Remember your objectives. If we don't retain anything to sustain ourselves, we are giving from an empty cup. Following this, the moon opposes Uranus in Taurus, stimulating anxiety. We are suddenly struck with the urge to break from the status quo, and our behavior can seem bizarre to those around us. Be aware that acting on our passions and making rash decisions can have certain consequences, especially if we let fears steer our course. Instead, consider how opening ourselves up to change with temperance in mind can be transformative and productive. Yet, much of the hurt inflicted upon ourselves now is the byproduct of being unwilling to stand in our truth. Addictions to substances or relationships will be especially difficult to navigate now. Ultimately, the issues unearthed during this connection cannot be swept under the rug, so it is valuable, however challenging in the moment, to deal with their exposure.